Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, I'll talk to anybody about Kickstart, the refreshing official beverage sponsor of Suplex Friends. Nice. I can confirm it's better than hot dog pizza.
Oh God. Can we spend a while just talking about the hot dog pizza?
Sure.
Can we have a special segment of the show along with our special guest?
Does Periscope like archive things for you? Because I ate that hot dog pizza on Periscope.
I think the whole thing on Periscope is that it's not archived at all.
Okay. Boo. Well, then 12 people saw me eat that hot dog pizza. Yeah.
I'm the opposite of that. Yeah, I was gonna say that's how Stream Friends came to be.
Yeah. Until you're playing Cyber Dimension Neptunia. Are you all still playing that?
I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah. I remember you streaming that.
Is that the MMO that's made? Is it made by the Korean company, or is it just supposed to emulate Korean MMOs?
It's made by a Korean company. There we go. I fixed my picture so that we have a better one for her.
I don't see it. I still just see your polygon face.
Well, if you check on the stream, it's fixed now on the stream.
Sneaky Phil. Nice. That's good. That's good. The beast of the east. looks like he's blowing on my face.
I don't think you can call him the beast of the east, really. In the east, sure.
Now my microphone's on, I think. Can people hear me now?
Wait, what? I've been hearing you.
Yeah, but...
Oh, wait, I went the wrong way when I tried to kiss Leslie.
It was muted on the stream.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
This is why I go live beforehand.
Siege says, Phil works at a major game site, has no webcam. So a couple things about that. One, why would I need a webcam to work at a major game site?
Yeah, that's
Two,
silly.
I do have a webcam. It's sitting here in this desk. I'm not gonna hook that shit up. It's so much work.
It is work. Also, like, it'd be bad. It just wouldn't be fair to Dylan and I because you're so devastatingly handsome.
That's the truth. It's really, you'd make us look bad.
How you gonna focus on talking about wrestling when you got the only big hunk of man meat you could possibly need right there on camera?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we'd be talking about wrestling, but it'd be a different kind of wrestling.
Internet Technique says that is Phil's webcam.
Great. That's fantastic.
I'm really good at holding that pose.
Forever.
Someone says, I think there's. Am I 10 degrees louder, or is Dylan, or someone is?
Maybe Dylan. I don't know.
Maybe.
It just says you're like 10 degrees louder, and that doesn't help.
Nope.
So I don't know.
Also, degrees is not a measurement of loudness.
Well,
nope.
It's like
fucking get dumped.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
You are 10 degrees Kelvin louder than everyone else.
Dylan, you are apparently louder than everybody.
Well, then I'm just going to turn everybody up. Well,
there we go. That's always the answer.
Yeah,
don't get softer, get louder.
That's right.
Turn down for what?
Nothing.
I guess.
Ever.
Is that so? Does that end up being the answer in the song? I don't know. I don't think I learned the lesson from that one.
I think it's more of a hypothetical question.
Okay. I'm never good with those. Let's see. I was gonna wear other wrestling gear on the stream, but it is Lucha Underground related, sort of. So I'm gonna wait.
We're not talking about that because John's not here.
Because John's John's recording some dumb video game podcast. How
Cleaning out my
Can I
email
just-
inbox while we record this. That's the kind of person that I am.
Only while we talk about the Big Show match.
Hold on. I'm gonna I want to tell you about this email that I got
Great.
from
Okay.
June 10th. Email titled "We have contact about mask."
The movie?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's from Mike.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, if you're listening. Hello, dear manager.
A good start.
Smiley face. How are you, smiley face? This is Mike from Hutai Mask Factory.
Oh.
I'm very
okay.
sorry to bother you.
It's
Our
okay.
factory cooperated with America Disney.
My favorite company.
Please check attached pictures and files if you interesting. I'm not, by the way. Please contact me. Thank you. Best regards,
How
Mike.
do you spell that mask company?
Do they want you to work with Disney America Disney? Famous for their park America Disney Place?
They cooperated with America Disney. They did that.
Oh,
they
it's
don't
just
want me to.
they're just
They
stating their
already did.
credentials. This is like listing their credentials. In case you haven't heard of us.
All right. Anyway, sorry. I just had to share that. So we covered. I mean, we've covered masks. We've covered a little bit about hot dog pizza. Pretty much, that's the wrestling podcast. I think we're about done. Good show, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed we're not talking about Lucha because like that was the first match I ever watched, and like 4 minutes in, a guy's like, "As a lifelong member of many vampire blood cults," and I was like, "The fuck am I getting myself into?"
Yeah. Lucha Underground rules because they take all their kayfabe 110% seriously.
Also,
Like-
that shit was hardcore. Holy
Yeah.
fuck!
It's awesome. But yeah, that dude in it is
Poor
supposed to
Phoenix
actually
man.
be Death. Like that Mil Muertes is supposed to be Death. Like not
Poor
he's
Phoenix
playing a
man
guy.
got murdered.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. God, it's such a good match. All right,
Oh, well, that's fine.
that's the way it
I'll
goes.
just have to come back later.
So how many degrees? All right, chat. How many degrees is everyone at? Are we good to go? Does everything sound delicious?
It's probably a good like. It's got to be close to 80 in here. It's warm.
Yeah, it's like 76 or something in here. I have a fan running though.
It's like 75 outside, and I have the windows open, so I imagine that's what
All right.
it is here.
Sure. All right, I'm gonna start this up. Let's see.
Holy shit! There's someone named Prince Puma.
Yeah, he's
Oh
awesome.
my god! How many other cool Lucha Underground names are there? Is this something I can watch on the internet?
No.
See, that's my big problem with Lucha Underground is I want to watch more of it, but it's not something that you can easily watch.
You have to have like Direct TV or Sling TV, and that's the only ways. If you go to their YouTube channel, they do have lots of full matches though. And there's other.
There's a lady named Sexy Star.
She's
Okay.
great. She wrestles everyone, guys or
Whoa.
ladies. Actually, she pretty much just wrestles guys. Now that I
There's
think
this
about
guy
it.
named Drago that's just a fucking dragon face.
No, he is a dragon. He is supposed to be
Okay.
a person incarnated as like a dragon incarnated in person form.
This man is just called Pentagon Junior, so he's
Mhm.
like a baby shape, I guess. Big Rick.
Mm-hmm. El Tejano.
Wait.
Uh,
You just kind of glossed over Big Rick.
He's big, and his name's Rick with a Y, if I remember
big.
It
right.
doesn't sound like a wrestler, really. That sounds more like a truck driver.
He's like a brawler.
He looks like if like DMX from Def Jam Icon was how DMX is in real life.
Okay.
Really good
All right.
description.
There's also a guy named Son of Havoc who actually looks more like a truck driver, but just put like
Mm-hmm.
a mask on his face.
Mm-hmm. Alberto's
Actually,
in there, right?
He looks like Luke Rowan or Eric Harper. Which is the one with the beard? I always forget.
I think he
Luke Harper, it would be the one.
Okay.
I think he just like
Mixed,
their names
yeah, a
up.
little bit, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
I do that all the time with
That's
them.
really not important. Alberto El Patron, is he on that list? He's cool. He's a cool guy.
I saw him on the Wikipedia page, but he's not like on their website.
Yeah, he's like leased from AAA, basically.
Yeah. There's a guy
Also-
named Johnny Mundo.
Yes, who formerly John Morrison in WWE.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Conan the Barbarian. They spelled it with a K, so I guess he's actually a Mortal Kombat character.
Yes. That's
Okay.
right.
All right. Should we talk about a real thing?
Yeah. So let's start this up. I had a thing. I had like a intro idea, but then I lost it.
Was it talking about hot dog pizza?
Nope.
Yes, we did that already.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Hey, hot dog
for like
pizza's
half a
bad.
second.
Okay, can I tell an
Should I
embarrassing
eat
story
it?
about hot dog pizza?
Yes, please. While I'm trying to remember this.
Should I
Okay,
eat it right
so-
now?
No, because like after I ate the hot dog pizza, I felt like shit all night, and I felt like I needed to do awful things in the bathroom to like get myself that feeling gone. But
Like
I couldn't poop all night. Like I was constipated and it felt awful. I finally fell asleep, and I was staying with my girlfriend, and I had my dude dog with me, and I woke up in the middle of the night smelling something awful, and I thought like the dog had like shit in my girlfriend's apartment. No, that was just me. I let off such a bad fart that it woke me up.
Man, that's like a thing that a dog does usually too.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just becoming more like your dog.
This is some good. This is a really good wrestling show. This is some good wrestling talk.
Don't eat
Alright.
hot dog pizza. I died from fart death for your sins, so that you are forgiven and you don't have to eat pizza.
Learn
Hot
from
dog
Andrew's
pizza.
mistakes. Fart that.
Alright. Welcome to Suplex Friends. This is a podcast where the stream friends talk about pro wrestling. I'm your host, Dylan Hecht, and I'm here with Phil, the People's Champion Kohler.
Hello.
And I'm here with a special guest.
Hey,
He came to play Andrew Lee Swan. What's up?
yeah.
Coupon says, with that creepy
please don't-
lighting... Coupon says, with that creepy lighting, Andrew kind of looks like Sheamus if Sheamus was sick and farted more.
I can make the lights a little brighter.
No, I like it like this.
Please don't. I can turn them down.
Can you say
I've got
fella?
those I've got those Wi-Fi lights that I can control from my phone.
Whoa!
Yeah. What's up?
Holy shit.
Hey, don't ever associate me with anything that has to do with the Miz ever again, please. Please.
But the Miz is awesome. It's in his theme. I'm
He
awesome.
literally does say awesome.
Yeah. Come on. That's right. So John Carson is not with us today. He's doing something with Friends, which is probably a wrestling show, I think. I've never heard of it before. But maybe one day I'll get to experience Friends.
Maybe.
One day. Until then, we'll talk about some wrestling. We got Money in the Bank 2015 wrapped up, 2-3 weeks ago? Something like that. That was pretty good. And then we'll kind of...
Let's not say pretty good.
Wow.
Let's
Parts
say,
of it were pretty good.
This is
let's
already...
say it was watchable.
I would say
I
parts
guess.
of it were very good. Parts of it were pretty bad.
I would say more of it was good than bad. But also, it's not all we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about WWE special event. Is that thing actually called The Beast in the East?
I think so.
Ugh.
I think that's the thing.
That's what
now.
they're calling it?
Wow. All right, well, WWE's pay-per-view that could be having a worse name, I guess. We'll talk about
Cinerus
that.
X says, Money in the Bank, was that one of the 12 pay-per-views this past month?
Yeah.
They're WWE Network special events now.
Yeah. And there's...
Which means they can happen more often, but also makes it much more complicated for us trying to do shows about all of them.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. I'm glad for this little break here. It's gonna be good. So I guess let's just kick it off. Money in the Bank sounds like I'm the only one that liked it. Once again.
Oh, no, I like parts of it.
Okay.
I like parts of it.
All
I mean,
right.
I'm being cynical, but it was far from like a complete disaster. I think the biggest problems with Money in the Bank are just the problems with WWE as a whole right now, which is just related to they are not doing a good job of having any story momentum for anyone or anything right now. So
Yeah.
Except for John Cena and Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
That's kind of it.
That's well, yeah. Even I can't really
But
stand that.
we can get into specific matches, and we'll talk about it as we go. I can delve into my specific issues as we get into specific matches.
Well, speaking of specific issues, R-Truth versus the completely washed up King Barrett. What was the point of making him king again, exactly? Like,
I didn't even watch this shit.
Oh, jeez, it was like it was fine. It was a fine match. It was an excellent, fine
nice that they
match.
have someone who Barrett can win against sometimes.
Except Barrett lost. Except Barrett lost.
Did he really?
Again? Yes, R-Truth won.
R-Truth?
Yes.
I actually don't believe that.
That's 100% true. I'm sorry to tell you, sir.
What?
Yeah, he needs.
Assume that he would.
Yeah, it was real bad. It's real awful. Good for R-Truth. There's no point in having a King of the Ring anymore, I guess. Or no point giving anything to Bad News Barrett ever again, right? Like,
yeah, Andy Clare. And I want to say, we talk about rumors some here. We talk about backstage speculation. I'm always skeptical putting too much merit into this stuff, but I do think it's interesting to bring up. Andy Clare says, word is there were some backstage troubles with Barrett, so they put him on that losing streak.
But okay, but every time they give him anything, he goes on a losing streak. So is he just?
Yeah, I must say, this has happened with
this is not unique,
like storyline things, because they did this with the Intercontinental title, which I thought was great because I wanted it to like be like the old hardcore title where it was just 24/7 IC goofiness, like people stealing titles from each other in the bathroom or whatever.
Put it on the app.
Yeah. you just fucking like Dean Ambrose turns on Periscope and you see him breaking into someone's hotel and stealing the Intercontinental title. Fuck, why don't I have a job? Anyway.
No, he's gotta do the classic, like, breaking into their hotel with a ref who very quietly counts the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, like Ambrose has like one finger. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Mountain Pew says Barrett's a glorified jobber, which is absolutely the truth right now. It's just a bummer because I think he's like, he wrestles fairly well. He's very charismatic.
He speaks well. He's good.
He's a really good heel. I think he could beat
really well.
He's probably the best at it.
Especially at a time where, again, like speaking to some of the bigger issues with WWE right now, where they've got like this whole storyline with the Authority running the show that's gotten so stale, and they need to shake that shit up somehow. Barrett is like a no-brainer choice for like bringing in new muscle to the Authority if they want to just bring in new people.
Just make him a GM. Just make him the GM of Raw.
Yeah, he would be a fucking great.
He'd be great. He could come up on the podium again just to like announce matches and then go back down, disappear. He could be like William Regal and just drink tea.
Andy Clare says Barrett's in-ring is a very standard but perfectly fine brawler. I think he's like a slightly above average, but certainly not like, yeah, he's not gonna ever like, he's not blowing me away, but he also like, I think fairly consistently puts on entertaining matches, which that's better than a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see him be like the Muscle instead of Big Show and Kane for the 9 millionth time.
Dude, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Like, like having him replace Kane on the Authority would be perfect.
But it almost seems like maybe
you still don't even need to. You could still have him losing a bunch, but at least he's got a more interesting story going on.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what Sheamus is going to end up being with him winning Money in the Bank.
I feel like that has to happen.
Yeah, I mean they're setting him up as kind of like, you know, I feel, and I can't remember specifically, but I feel like he's done stuff with the Authority, like. Yeah. So I wonder. I feel like that's where he's going.
I wonder if they're going to just finally fucking close out the Authority storyline, because that shit's been dragging on for 2 years. 2 years now. 2 years.
I mean, probably not. They probably won't. But
no,
they should.
probably not. They should, but they won't. unfortunately.
It's such a like. I like the Authority. I like Triple H and Stephanie, and I think a lot of the Authority stuff has been entertaining and good. But man, shit's been going on a long time.
Bring Vince back. It's time. The new
Shane back.
The new
Bring
old.
Shane back.
Yeah,
He's busy.
Talk about bring Shane back. Every time they play that Money in the Bank song, I'm like, Shano's here?
No.
Is he gonna jump from the Titantron onto somebody?
God,
I hope so.
It's not gonna happen.
It should.
It should. He's in China, hanging out, doing.
What is he doing now?
Last I heard, he was like running a Chinese video streaming service.
He's running some weird Chinese thing.
Should have brought him in to run the network.
Oh man.
Right? And he could just show up on network-only events. He could be the GM of the network.
Yeah.
Can that be a thing?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So that whatever. Who cares about that match? Next.
Thunder 404 says, "Bring back the majority shareholder. Put a suit on Roddy Piper or something." Fuck yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Just make Ric Flair buy half the
Mountain
company
View
again.
says Shane is not coming back. Shane is coming back one day.
Everyone comes back.
Everyone comes back. And more than that, McMahon's always come back.
Who comes back first, Shane McMahon or CM Punk?
I say Shane McMahon. I think CM Punk will be back one day.
How many UFC fights will Phil Brooks do before he comes back?
2 and 1.
One? Like 2?
His name is CM Punk, isn't it?
Deji just put out those uniforms and it says Philip Brooks on the back.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like on his butt? Like his butt?
No, it's like the back of the shirt, like horizontally it says like Philip, and then like vertically it says Brooke.
Andy Claire says Shane is coming back for the Vince Memorial, so another.
Oh, never. Vince is the Terminator.
He's fucking immortal. He's Ra's al Ghul. Fuck.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, let's talk about.
I don't think Punk's coming back. Like, I think like that like weird fucking Zapruder film of his butt cancer or whatever he had, like, is such a fucking bizarre story. And I think like he and Vince both seem stubborn enough that it's probably not gonna happen.
I mean,
I don't know.
You say that, and I agree with you, but that's the same thing that like
Bret Hart.
The same thing I would have said again about Bret Hart. It's the same thing I would have said about Steve Austin. It's the same thing that at one point
the Ultimate Warrior
I probably would have said about Hulk Hogan. Like it's wrestling is this weird thing, and I guess humans are this weird thing. Let's extrapolate.
Hulk
humans are this weird.
Needed money. Like CM Punk like is doing shit on the side.
The Ultimate Warrior didn't need money.
I guess. Also,
Vince is
like,
appealed to his ego, which he will totally do with Punk.
Yeah.
That's DVDs and T-shirt sales.
Shit went down with his wife would also make him more hesitant to come back.
I don't know that shit went down with his wife poorly.
I don't think so.
It seemed like WWE was very careful to want to like handle her okay after.
I mean, she's technically still employed. From my understanding, they just said she wasn't doing in-ring work, but she's still like under contract.
Andy Claire says the guys you're naming care more about wrestling than Punk does. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know Punk. Also, you don't know Punk, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a hard thing to say.
Fucking, I know Punk. I live Punk.
Whoa.
My life is Punk.
But you live Phil. Actually, we only have one expert on Phil's here. Phil,
true.
Could you? What if you were Phil Brooks, and you pretty much are 50% Phil Brooks? What would you do?
You're halfway there.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the question?
When are you coming back to WWE, Phil? Yes.
It's gonna be. Let's not hold our breath.
Okay, so you're thinking like next month.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
so
I think they get him back in there for SummerSlam.
Okay, yeah.
And they have him lose to R-Truth.
So do you? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I like it.
Well, R-Truth is on the rise. He's a young up and comer, and they gotta have the veteran put him over.
So he's gonna lose to Barrett somehow.
I'm sorry. You mean King? What's up? Please refer to him by his proper title.
Yeah. So you're saying I should just keep chanting his name whenever I go to events
100%.
during other people's
also,
matches.
whenever you go to get lunch,
just like at McDonald's, just you start chanting CM Punk while I'm in line.
Line at the grocery store.
Sir, what do you want on your turkey on weed? CM Punk! CM Punk!
Perfect.
So the Money in the Bank ladder match had, let's see, Neville, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, Kane, and Dolph Ziggler with Lana. It was a pretty good Money in the Bank ladder match, I thought.
It wasn't bad. I'm not crazy about Sheamus, so I wasn't hype about him winning, but I don't hate it.
That, I think, was the worst part of the whole match. Well, who knows, but...
I mean, here's what I'll say is, like, I thought it was a good ladder match, but like a really standard one.
Lots of cool run-ins. There are multiple cool run-ins.
Yeah, it was just something
New Day.
It's like, I don't know that it's going to stand out in the pantheon of Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Yeah,
like there weren't any huge moments that I'm like, oh, like a year or two from now, I'm actually gonna remember this.
What about the part where Roman Reigns did a dive over the top rope? That was actually pretty impressive. It was a pretty impressive high-risk maneuver. And then the New Day showed up, and they actually managed to seriously almost convince me that Kofi was going to win. Like, I was right there. I was like, this can't actually happen, but I think it might happen.
I think of everybody in that, the two who had the least chance of winning, but just completely stole the show, were Kofi and Neville.
Yeah.
They were fantastic.
So good.
I'm right there with you, Dylan. There were moments where I was honestly like, with as much time as they're giving Kofi, and with as incredibly as he's performing, like, maybe this is where they finally let him win it.
Yeah.
I kind of would rather have had him win it.
Well, yeah, if he had won it and then they do Freebird rules and, like, Big E cashes it in. Like, how awesome would that be? That would be great.
Can you do Freebird rules with Money in the Bank?
You couldn't do a triple threat match until this year, so whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
The rules are all made up, Phil Brooks.
The points don't matter.
That's right.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler, not impressive.
I do like. I hope with that and with New Day and how good they're doing that, maybe WWE will start treating Kofi a little bit more seriously. I don't think they will, but it would be nice.
He's so fucking fun to watch, and Mountain Pew echoes my sentiments perfectly. I'm tired of Kofi being in these matches just to do like awesome spots and then not win anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly
a real
what
bummer.
I mean. And I think he's really. I think with New Day, he's been proving himself as somebody called him, Cinerus X called him a spot machine. I think he's been proving himself with New Day as not just a spot machine, but somebody who works incredibly hard and who has built a character and gotten heat very well. Apparently, I'm super quiet. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Like, I can't put
know.
your volume up anymore. It is literally impossible.
I increased my gain a little. I don't know if that will help.
Right.
It might make things very loud for you guys. I don't know.
It's fine.
I'm
gonna level all this out anyway.
But yeah, anyways, Kofi, I think, is super cool. And I hope that they do more with him. Also,
just
like,
put him in more matches.
Neville was great.
Yeah,
put those in. Had a chance of winning, but I do think I do think the amount of time that they gave him once again just shows how much like WWE is putting a lot of faith into him, and I think for good reason.
Yeah, he looks awesome. I mean, we have to talk about the Bray Wyatt Roman Reigns thing.
Oh shit,
that was so silly.
They're just trying really hard to make Bray Wyatt be like, hey, remember everything Undertaker did? Remember this? We got this guy now. He's like the new Undertaker. He's even stealing people's kids. Remember when Undertaker did that?
Lost to Undertaker though.
Whoa. Whoa.
Well, right, because there's only one true Undertaker. But no, this guy's like Undertaker Jr.
He's like the new face of fear, some might say.
Remember how there was the Muppet Show and then there was Muppet Babies? This is Bray Wyatt's Muppet Babies Undertaker.
Huh. Actually makes me like him a lot more, actually.
So my issue, it sucks because like I love Bray Wyatt the character.
Yes.
And
so
I
cool.
think he's so incredible on the mic still. but they've done so poorly with making him seem like a threat in any way.
Yeah.
He just loses all of his
He beat
stuff.
Ryback. Didn't he beat Ryback?
He beat Ryback, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess he beat Dean Ambrose at the end of their feud. So
Yep.
that's 2.
And he beat John Cena once.
Once. Well, that's it.
Out of
That's
the
what they do, right? Is
20
they let him win once, and then they have him lose.
Him and Kevin Owens had the same amount of wins on John Cena. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's really sad.
At pay-per-views. I don't think... Yeah. Maybe
I
Kevin
don't
Owens should be
know.
the new Undertaker.
See, and it's funny. Like Andy Clare says, Bray Wyatt needs time off TV unless he fucking wins this. Bray Wyatt had a bunch of time off TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot of time off TV.
And then he showed up with Ryback for some reason.
Yeah, and then he showed up with Ryback for some reason.
I mean, here's what I think is the problem with Bray. Like, with the way that the WWE currently is now, with like whatever you want to call it, the PG era. I mean, they can't do the overtly like off the walls, like borderline, like really offensive and scary shit they did, like with Undertaker and
They can't
Kane.
tie people to crosses and light them on fire.
That's not entirely true. They can still do some of that shit. Like, they could do that and still make it like not completely over the top. Like they did. They had fucking Seth Rollins earlier this year, saying he was gonna kill a dude in ring.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
that's something that Bray Wyatt could do. And it would make him much more interesting and threatening instead of just having him come out and do another 20-minute monologue.
But
Yes.
I think we should really just thank Bray Wyatt. Because of him, Roman Reigns didn't win Money in the Bank.
That is a plus.
It was nice to not have Roman Reigns win Money in the Bank.
As baffled as I was by Sheamus winning, that is a plus.
Yeah.
Sheamus has never won Money in the Bank, though, right?
Hasn't he?
I don't think
I
so.
feel like he has. Here, let me check his wiki. While I'm doing that, am I the only person who's like doesn't hate Roman Reigns?
I think he's pretty cool.
Hate him.
But I just like having my expectations proven wrong, I guess. But no, I like Roman Reigns a lot more now than I did in April. So that has to count for something.
Andy Clare says Roman winning would have been far more interesting because they could have had animosity between him and Ambrose over it. I agree with that in theory, in the sense that they could have. I don't think WWE would have done that because that would have been an actual storyline, and they seem to be against the idea of having storylines.
I had my idea for that storyline. I thought it would have been good. No one at WWE.
I do think, with Sheamus never having won Money in the Bank, this is like it makes sense to give it to him if we're really trying to build him and finally give him like a more character defining run at some point, like later this year or early next year. We'll see.
Some of my friends were telling me ideas, and one of them might be that like Sheamus cashes it in on like Ambrose or something later on, like not Brock, and just like holds it for Brock to come back and pick it up, basically. And you could have two giant dudes in the ring, you know what I mean, for a pay-per-view. Possible. Yeah, something like that.
I just have no idea when when they'll have Sheamus cash it in, and like it makes sense for him to do so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll be for a while, and I think that's fine. I mean, that's I also wonder if Sheamus is going to be one of the people where I heard some people, some people on Twitter, I think I saw talking about this, but like, there's been very few instances of someone winning Money in the Bank and not getting the title out of it.
Only two times.
Yeah, 2. It was Cena, one of them, and
Damien Sandow.
Yeah.
But if they want to make that seem like it's more of a possibility, if they want it to be like it's not a foregone conclusion that whoever wins Money in the Bank
wins the title.
Will get a title. Sheamus is somebody who could cash in, lose, and it's not going to be
keep rolling,
career-ending for him. So that's something interesting that they could do.
That's something I thought they were going to do with Rollins, is have, during one of those matches with Cena, have Brock be, basically almost dead. Rollins goes to cash it in and just basically gets, like, thrown into the trash. Brock just comes back alive. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Like a horror movie character. So Dolph Ziggler, you didn't talk about your boy at all, Phil. I'm surprised.
I mean, I love Dolph. I think he put on a great match. I don't think he had a chance in hell of winning it, and you know,
he's
accepted that.
Like him and Lana are like officially, they're just like waiting for like Rusev to get better, right? Like that's what's going on there.
His story right now, and that at least, I mean, I will give them this: it is a story.
It's a thing.
Rusev's such a sad boy though now, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah, his story is just like waiting for Rusev, and then I guess I'll have a feud with Rusev. I think one of two things is going to happen with that. Either he's going to lose to Rusev. I think that's the most likely thing. Or
probably. I mean, they never let Dolph win ever. So
yeah,
if they actually want to give Dolph a push, you know, which with contract negotiations coming up, maybe that's in the cards.
Maybe.
If they actually want to give him a push, maybe he's the first dude to actually. Well, it wouldn't be the first, I guess, but because Cena did some stuff with Rusev, but one of the few people to finally defeat Rusev.
Maybe it'll just make Rusev tap out, and then they can just like get rid of that character since they already ruined it.
Aww.
I don't like that Rusev's like a sad guy. You just might as well just like wear a fedora and like write like creepy letters to Lana. It's just I don't like.
I do want to say the Lana and Dolph stuff is really
like,
shitty.
Oh, it's awful.
I don't
It's a
get
story
it.
that could work, but they're just not.
I don't know what's going on there. It's so weird.
It's bad, and those two have no chemistry whatsoever.
At all.
None.
None. Terrible. Well, don't worry. We're only going to have this for like another 3 or 4 months. It'll be okay.
I just remember the first time that like they did that, like where Lana like kissed Dolph like just a quick like peck on the lips, and then the next episode of like Raw, Dolph was like,
making out.
You're a pretty good kisser," and I'm like,
how would you know?
That's not a you didn't kiss. That's not a kiss. That's not how that works.
To be fair, Dolph Ziggler has never kissed a lady before, so that was
that's the first ever.
Yeah,
he's here to show the world and learn how to love.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, that just makes me like him more.
I know. Even I kind of like Dolph now.
You should like Dolph. Dolph's fucking awesome.
He's alright. So yeah, let's just.
Andy Clare says this angle is building to Lana wrestling, which I think is true, and the debut of Rolf Diggler in Lucha Underground.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Possibility, although. So a lot of rumors. We might as well discuss this while we're talking Ziggler. A lot of rumors going around now about is Dolph Ziggler going to stick around? His contract is up in a few months.
Yes.
He actually had an interview this last week where he talked pretty openly about it and basically said he doesn't know yet whether or not he's staying, but he basically said if he does leave, it's going to be so that he could become a bigger star and then come back to the WWE at some point. Which I thought was pretty cool of him, and suggested to me the implications of that to me were that he might be doing more acting and comedy stuff and less going to wrestle elsewhere.
Oh, will he be doing new exciting promotions with the director of Jackass and Bad Grandpa?
Actually, I watched that episode of Swerved. I thought it was pretty funny.
Swerved is better than you would think.
It is slightly better than you would think, actually.
It's better than the commercial where their big gag is turning the lights off on Big Show.
Yes, that's actually not even in the episode. It's like it was so bad it didn't even make the cut. No, it's Alex Riley getting shocked by a stool seriously made me laugh. His reaction, it was surprisingly good. Also, my prediction is Dolph Ziggler is not going anywhere.
You ready?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Andy Clare says this as well, but I think Andy Clare says I think Ziggler leaving is the best decision for him, but I doubt he will. I think it is very likely that WWE will reach terms and he will stick around. My hope, and this is probably naive, but my hope coming out of that is that it will include an actual legit push for Ziggler, but that would require there being direction for anyone or anything in the company right now. So I don't fucking know.
It's not all bad. But
it's not all bad.
We're not going to prove it not being all bad by talking about the next match, though. Nikki Bella versus Paige. It was long for a Divas match.
They gave him time.
Yeah, they got more time than R-Truth and Barrett.
And hey, as usual with the Bellas and Paige, they put on a pretty good match.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
The big thing with this one, right, was they did the twin magic thing for the second time in a row because they'd just done that at Raw.
This is the one where Paige is trying to get the whole locker room on her side, but then they had the exact amount of interest that everyone else has in Divas matches, which is 0.
Oh. But this time Paige reversed it and actually pinned Brie Bella, who the ref thought was Nikki Bella.
Which they really don't look alike at all that much anymore. But
yeah,
the twin magic doesn't work when one person spends like 12 hours a day in a tanning booth.
Well, I mean, like she popped in so quick, and like all she did was get pinned. Like the ref never saw her face.
That's true.
Like, basically, all he saw was like the bottom half of her body.
It worked for the New Day, like, so why not, right?
Oh. I mean, really, we're just biding our time with the women's division until Charlotte comes in and fucking wrecks shop, right? Like that's.
I think that's what's happening. I guess.
Yeah, and also it also seems like the only real. So the real push right now is they're clearly going to have Nikki hold the title for longer than AJ Lee did and break her streak because they keep bringing up, and they did it in this match as well. They kept bringing up how long Nikki's had the title, which is over 200 days now, I think.
Jeez,
it's a long time. It just flew by. Like over a year, I think, or almost a year.
Yeah, something like that.
Really close to a year.
I think it was almost a year. I think if I remember right, what I saw was if they wanted to have Nikki break it, but lose it shortly thereafter, it would go up to around when Night of Champions is, which is October.
All right.
So
I could live with that. I guess.
The only concern I have is if they bring Charlotte in, but still want to keep the title on Nikki for a lot longer, that could be bad for Charlotte. I mean, it shouldn't need to be because you shouldn't need to have the title to matter as a diva, but that's kind of the way that it is in WWE.
That's like the only matches are for the title.
Yeah, there's very few diva storylines. I guess Lana and Summer Rae are technically having a storyline.
Yes, I guess.
I just heard a bang there, and I was afraid that like Andrew just ended it. He was like,
it's his head hitting the desk.
Somehow. It is technically something that involves two women that somebody wrote on a piece of paper. So I guess in that way it's a storyline.
Yes, in that they're acting it out. Technically, though Lana really isn't acting anything out.
She's like she's one of the best mic workers in that whole roster, and it's bad. It's bad.
Good shit.
It's a Big Show versus Ryback for the Intercontinental title. Let's move on from great to fantastic. Big Show and Ryback, guys. The Miz on commentary. It was pretty awesome.
I didn't watch this match.
It lasted for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then
it was shorter than the Divas match.
Yes, right? It was the shortest match of the night.
Which should be. Yeah, they picked the right match to make the shortest match of the night.
Yeah, there was some business going on, and then The Miz came in and hit Big Show with the mic a whole bunch of times. So technically, the Big Show won by disqualification, and then the Big Show choke slam Ryback, and then I think there was like a shell shock, or almost a whatever. Ryback's pretty cool, guys, right? He's a cool guy. He's a good belt holder.
He's the guy that holds a belt.
And now we get
It's a belt, technically.
Yeah.
Will somebody fucking buy him a sandwich? He's hungry.
He's always hungry.
He needs to be fed.
More. It's not that he needs to be fed. It's like more than you're currently feeding him. Increase it.
Size his French fry for him. It's 60 cents. Help him out. Help out the big guy.
He's so hungry. Come on.
# large size big guys from. This is my new campaign I'm starting to help.
It's every time he shows up on screen.
Feed me more. Seriously, you only got me the 4-piece nugget.
Splurge for the 5.
Yeah.
Sir Laxative says he's about.
That's a great name. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's about to burst, but he wants more apparently.
Yeah.
Andy Clare says hashtag Big Mac for a big guy.
Also, I'm pretty sure he just got up from a nap because he always says "wake up" when he gets wake up. It's feeding time.
Yeah.
Does Sammy say that? I'm just wondering. Like, when you get him up from a nap?
No, he just says John Cena.
Smart kid. Smart
He
kid.
out John Cena.
It's kind of what my dog does when I wake up in the morning. Although I guess
She yells out John Cena?
It's wake up, it's peeing time, and then it's feeding time.
Oh, God, I really wish your dog said John Cena.
Did you guys watch a pay-per-view of Ryback eating a hot dog pizza?
Yes, absolutely.
That's worth $10 a month.
Absolutely.
Listen, the way that WWE is going with these network specials and the number
coming
that
up.
they're throwing at us,
It's
we're gonna
coming
get
up.
there.
Yeah, I just can't wait for that Suplex Friends when we run down that matchup. Ryback versus Pepperoni.
That's not even the bad part of that pizza. That
That's
part's
the
fine.
best part of that pizza.
That's yeah.
Does it?
You're not wrong.
Does it come with mustard, or do you have to provide your own mustard?
Yes.
Okay,
No, it
good.
comes with like the
Good.
shittiest French's yellow mustard you can buy.
I like French's yellow mustard.
I'm not a big mustard person, so like, yeah, I don't know.
So
I dipped it in ketchup.
okay, that's fair. So so does this mean you guys are not excited for the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship?
Is that like confirmed now?
No.
That's confirmed. The Miz and Big Show and Ryback.
That's at
Battleground.
Battleground? Yeah. I'm not excited for that at all.
Okay,
No.
great.
Why is it
I mean,
so
I still
hard
like-
to
I
make
still
the
like
Intercontinental
Miz.
title matter? Why is it so hard?
I don't know. Because they had a whole plan, and then Daniel Bryan had to
Explode.
yeah, again. Don't trust that guy with a belt. Jeez.
It's just
B+.
I feel like the IC title just needs to be like what Cena is doing with the American title.
Yeah.
Andy Clare says, wait, Summer Grand Slam sponsored by Denny's. Ryback gets to eat whatever he wants the entire show.
Just put him in a constant running ad segment throughout Raw where you just cut to backstage and like plates are like piling up around him as if he is constantly eating, and then like maybe Damian Sandow could be like the waiter and he's like sweating from like having to lift all the food, and then Ryback says feed me more, and he like wipes his face with the belt and then like literally just throws it in the trash.
Yeah, The Rock makes a cameo.
And that's how it gets retired.
Cakes.
That's how they retire the Intercontinental Championship. Is Ryback literally throws it into the trash.
Putting it out with the grace that it deserves.
Also, when he throws out into the trash, he hits Daniel Bryan in the head, and he's out for the rest of the year.
Snorlax just says, then he just blows up.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, like that Monty Python movie. All right, so a good match happened after that.
Which one was after that? Was that the Kevin Owens match?
John Cena and Kevin Owens, champion
Yeah.
versus champion match. That was super good. Holy crap.
Can we just keep throwing awesome people in the ring with Cena?
Yeah.
Because like that him and Cesaro match on this week's Raw was
So
like,
good!
the only good part of that show. It was
Yes.
fucking awesome.
It was so good. John Cena is killing it lately.
I'm a smark through and through, an internet smark. Hated on John Cena for plenty long. Holy shit, has he been proving himself? And and him and Kevin Owens just work so well together. They work so well together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
Now people are finally not making fun of me as much for being such a John Cena fan. Finally. But good match. I mean, those guys can work super hard. John Cena has his expanding moveset, which we'll get into later in the show. We actually have an email about that.
Well, and they did such a good job with this one of playing off the fact that Owens had that upset win last time. So you know, watching it, you really didn't have a sense of like. I mean, I think a lot of people thought Cena was going to win, but
Yeah.
they really played with your emotions of like, oh shit, maybe Owens is going to get it again.
Yes.
Maybe he's going to do it.
Maybe.
Anyways,
And then Owens
FYI.
got to prove himself being even more of a sore loser by beating up John Cena after the match. What a jerk.
That was really good. That
Hell
was
yeah.
the best
That was
they
great.
could have done.
Yeah, I like the idea. I like the idea of him just being a constant sore loser.
I'm kind of stoked that, you know, I'm glad they're getting a third match, but I'm excited that they're shaking it up a little bit by making this an actual
Title match
now.
Yeah.
And I kind of hope that they give the title to Owens.
Yes, me
No,
too.
he's gonna win.
He has to win.
He's gonna lose to Balor, and then he's gonna get the U.S. title.
That would
That's
be great.
I kind of hope they do.
That would be really cool. I would like if that happened a lot.
I will be shocked if that does not happen.
Cinerus X says KO works so stiff, he has a short career for sure. His
career's already 12 years long.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
he already does not have a short career.
he already has a.
Be careful.
He has
He will
this.
come beat the shit out of you for saying that.
He has like almost the same length career as John Cena, if not exactly the same. Yeah, I'm just saying. It's like he's doing very well. Don't worry. Don't worry about old KO. He's got this. All right.
Like, how is Kevin Owens like just the best at fucking everything when it comes to wrestling?
Practice.
Like,
to be honest, doing
So
it.
good, and it does not look like you would. Like you look at him and you don't think, oh, that guy's
Mm-hmm.
a real
Yeah.
good
Those
wrestler.
somersault moves, his like top rope moves.
And his
The pop-up
mic
power
work
bomb is a good move.
excellent. His mic
Yeah,
work
that-
is so good.
That pop-up power bomb's real good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Oh,
almost
let's talk about there's one thing I wanted to talk about this match though. The ending, the springboard stunner that Cena did. Cena's springboard stunner is often sloppy. Holy shit, was that terrible?
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
That was a real bad. Like it was
Not
sloppy.
great.
Like you could hear the announce team like scrambling to cover up for him. Like, oh, he barely connected, but he did.
Yeah. I wonder how hard that is to do in New Balances.
Probably hard.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Is like it just has to be tough to do wearing
Does
New
he have a
Balances.
deal with New Balance? Is that why he wears them?
I believe he just enjoys them.
Because like I was watching that 2011 Money in the Bank match that was our homework, and he was fucking wearing Air Jordans.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's been wearing New Balances for a while, and he wears them a lot on Total Divas as well. Not that I'm spending time looking at John Cena's shoes much, but I'm also a fan of New Balances, so I can
Yeah.
respect.
I mean they're
Those are your
good
two-
shoes for your feet.
they're
Your
good.
two loves.
Yeah, John Cena and New Balances together at last.
I mean, I have a pair of New Balances. I wear them whenever I go walk the dog. So
Good walking shoes.
they're perfect.
Maybe not great wrestling shoes.
Hey, I
Listen.
haven't tried. Who knows?
That's true. We got to get in the ring and find out. Try our own springboard stunner out.
I just like I'm fine with that move. I have no issues with the move in general.
Mm-hmm.
But Cena's implementation of it is like it very often looks really sloppy, and in particular in this match looked really terrible. And it's just kind of been a bummer in the sense of like he's been impressing me a lot, but then there's always that one move that I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
My favorite is the John Cena Hurricane Rana. Is like perhaps the sloppiest move ever in the history of wrestling. It's like almost its own move with
That's
how bad
true,
it is.
Although I like that he very rarely does it. So like
Thank God.
very
It's a
rarely
surprise.
whenever he does do it, it's always like, oh, holy shit. John Cena did a Hurricane Rana. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So I can almost forgive the sloppiness just because of the oh shit factor. But the springboard stunner, it's a bigger deal because he's trying to make it something he does every single match.
It's like the STF. It's like almost there, but not like good potential. Like not quite there yet though. Like
Yeah.
the STF needs to tighten that up, please. Like it's the worst submission move ever. The way you're doing it right now.
Sure. Yeah.
Whatever.
Let's not pretend like submission moves are a thing in WWE right now, anyways.
Well, there used to be a guy that did submission moves a lot. What was his name?
I don't remember.
He had a beard.
Not familiar.
Constantly injury prone. Some might say C- player. I would say probably. That's a personal rating, maybe not an official one. Oh well. Primetime players.
Oh, Ken Shamrock. That's who you're talking about.
That's the one.
Oh,
yep.
Ken Shamrock.
Man, those matches with Owen Hart, so good. Like the one they actually had in the Hart basement.
Andy Clare says Kurt Angle didn't have a beard.
Poor Kurt Angle. Primetime players.
Not come back. That's.
God, he probably won't. You suck. You suck. All right, I'm gonna try this one more time. Primetime players versus the New Day for the tag team titles. That was a pretty cool match, I thought.
It's good.
It showed off Darren Young's special moves, including getting the shit kicked out of you and also getting your ass beat. He's really good at that. He was doing great with both of those moves, busting them out constantly during that match. And
I saw some people point out, which I very strongly agree with, which is Titus O'Neil as the hot tag is fucking great.
He's a top-tier hot tag. He comes in just all brimstone and fire, just clotheslining everyone, throwing people all over the place.
It's real good as a hot tag. And you can see that they've figured that out, that they've just figured that out, that they've just put those pieces together, because like every match with those guys now, that's what they build to. It's always towards Titus O'Neil as the hot tag.
Yeah. It's fine, though, because he's great at it.
He's really great at it. No, he's fantastic. I thought this match was solid, but it makes me happy that those guys got the title, and I think it's pushing them in the right direction, and they're a very talented team. New Day is very talented as well. So my big hope now is that whichever one of these teams ends up with the belt, the other team, as they move on to something else, I hope that they don't just. I hope WWE doesn't just drop the ball with them. Yeah, which they will.
Well, see, we were talking about Swerved earlier, and it reminded me of something when I watched it. Did you guys remember that the Usos still exist? Technically?
Oh.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about them until I saw them on Swerved, and I was like, holy shit.
Who's the one who's out? One of them's out. Is it Jay?
Jay Uso?
I can't remember which one is out.
He's married to Naomi, right? I feel like...
Yes.
Right? Yeah, I think he's the one that's hurt.
Yes. But they're going to come back at some point.
The other Uso, is the one who's not hurt, is actually doing, which is really weird, doing a commentary on SmackDown for the summer, apparently.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, and Andy Clare says that Jimmy's joining the SmackDown commentary team while Jay is injured. So rather than trying to have him do like a solo run or something like that, which those two have never really done much solo stuff, I don't think, they're just going to have him chill on commentary for a while until Jay's ready to go.
So speaking of commentary, is Booker like done on Raw now? Is he not coming back?
I think he's. Are
we stuck with Coach?
I think the word was that he was not doing Raw for at least a little while because of his obligations with Tough Enough.
Okay.
So it might be for at least the length of Tough Enough running.
I like Byron on commentary. He's so chipper. Cracks me
Kevin
up.
Clay says, I thought the Usos put on the fusion earrings and became Roman
What? Yeah, basically. He just paints his whole face instead.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, obviously when the Usos come back, I'm sure they're going to be in the title picture.
Yeah. Like immediately,
I'm glad that we're
unfortunately.
getting a nice break from them. I think we needed it. And
Yes.
I hope that when they come back, it'll be like exciting and fresh again, and maybe they'll have some new moves to their repertoire or whatever.
I think they should come back, and then they should have a match against the New Age Outlaws for the Tag Team Championship. That is the best way to bring them back.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I really hope, there have been some rumors going around, and I don't know whether or not this will actually happen, but I would love to see the Dudleys back in WWE for at least a little run.
Get the tables.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I would like the Dudleys back if they let them do cool shit. Like, I don't want the Dudleys back that don't do tables. I don't like... I really liked Bubba Dudley.
Doing tables. Like they had the table thing
In the Rumble.
and in the Rumble.
But then no tables happened.
Yeah, I know.
They said tables, no table.
Well,
What a rip. Bring it
you
out.
can't.
Well, you could.
I guess you could leave the ring to get a table.
You can just go under. You just don't go over.
Yeah.
If you go
yeah,
under,
you go under.
I think
that's what Rusev did.
They'll do tables if the Dudleys come back.
I love, it sounds, once again, very odd, but I liked Bubba Ray in TNA when he just, like, came out and there was, like, 6 tables stacked up around him and he, like, pulled cloths off and they had names spray painted on them who was going through each table. That was fantastic. And he went up to each one and said the person's name. MVP,
awesome.
you're going through a table. Rockstar Spud, you're going through a table. Like, do that. Like, have him just do that. Triple H through a table. Seth Rollins through a table. Kane through a table. Jamie Noble through a table. Joey Mercury through a table.
Let me pitch
Suplex
this to
Friends
you.
through a table.
Suplex Ends through a table.
Dudley Brothers come back as the new Shield.
Dean Ambrose and the Dudleys. The new 3D.
Yeah.
The new 3D!
Ugh,
Oh, man. I need to take a break real quick. That was so good.
that's a... Dean Ambrose did so well with them.
Oh, man.
Why aren't we writing this?
Vince,
Roman
I'm
shows
ready.
up for like a special event and Superman punches somebody through a table.
Through a
That'd be
table!
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Bring those Dudley boys back, goddammit. That's not going to happen.
Okay, we need to finish this.
Yeah.
this shit.
This is supposed to be a short one. Speaking of Dean Ambrose, future member of Team 3D, him and Seth Rollins had a ladder match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and it was the best match of the night. Holy shit.
It's fucking good.
Fucking fantastic.
I'm
Both those
so
dudes.
glad they finally let Seth like just fucking do a match without like bullshit.
Show them.
Evan,
Show them. That was really
Evan
good.
gets us. Dean is the worst Dudley because he keeps accidentally putting himself through the table.
It's true.
So good.
It's great.
Okay, sorry. I agree with you guys. I'm glad they did. I'm glad they let Seth just do a match.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to let him win without any interference. That's cool. I think it was diminished. This match was diminished slightly just by the fact that the story has been not greatly developed between these two and a little bit long in the tooth.
Yeah.
And just that, like,
I like stealing the belt.
these two have had a lot of matches together, and they're always really good. So I think I just kind of expected, like, oh, this will be another really good match.
It was over the top good, though, I thought. Like, ladders getting decimated, people jumping off of stuff.
I don't know.
Had the fingers hooked in the mouth and the nose, which is probably should be an illegal move. If it wasn't.
Probably. Yeah, it's fine.
Dean Ambrose improved his weird thing that he does that I really don't like, when he's like outside the ring and gets hit into the ropes and then like slides in like in a circle and comes back out.
Oh.
Like when he starts outside and then like slid
Gotcha.
like that's not good, but it was better this time.
I thought you meant his weird like
When he
hop,
bounced
like,
against the rope.
halfway over the rope.
I love that, but that is getting played out.
I think
Yeah,
it's both of those are totally fine things. I think the problem is trying to make those the kind of moves that happen every match.
Not every match,
and like
please.
and like 3 times a match sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that needs to be something that like that he breaks out every once in a while,
Yeah.
rather than constantly.
And the only other kind of problem I had with this is one of those matches where I saw, and I see this mostly with Ambrose and Rollins matches because they're the only ones that'll do this stuff, where they'll go up to the top rope and start a top rope maneuver, and then it gets countered, and then it will that counter will get countered, and then that counter will also get countered. It's like, shows me how little WWE wants to do cool shit sometimes. It's like they would just do everything they can to stop themselves from doing cool stuff, and it bums me out because it's like it could be awesome.
Unless it's Neville.
Yes, unless it's Neville. They don't care about
Kevin
him.
Owens.
Yeah. Kevin Owens already wrecked his body. They don't care anymore. He spent years doing that on the indie circuit. Also, that ending, what the heck? I had forgotten about it till I rewatched it today, and it got me upset all over again. When they both had the belt, and then like Dean Ambrose just kind of let go in the middle of falling down to the mat, and Seth Rollins won. Like, what a lame ending. That was a real lame ending.
Do you think...
And then he was crying in the ring. It was so sad.
It was supposed to go a different way, and like one of them just like messed up?
No. I think that was kind of what they wanted to do to make them both seem strong.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a way where they can say like, look, Seth
it's so close,
won, but also Dean almost won.
He was right there, sort of thing. So he's not diminished in any way.
Yeah.
Although like, you know, Dean's already had a lot of issues that have diminished him, unrelated to Seth Rollins.
You mean like when a TV exploded in his face? That was pretty cool. That's a pretty cool ending for a match.
Oh.
That was his match against Bray Wyatt, right?
Yeah, that was one of his matches against Bray Wyatt.
He grabbed a TV and was running towards Bray Wyatt, and then it like exploded with sparks in his face, and he fell over.
To clarify, that TV was still plugged in.
It was still plugged in. So when
this was not
like
there's
what
no
was,
like it wasn't like Bray Wyatt works magic to make it explode.
He ran at Bray Wyatt with a plugged-in TV. The cord, I guess, was supposed to break, and like sparks went everywhere, and then he couldn't see, and then he lost because yeah, in whatever.
Demon TVs.
I just hope something cool happens with Dean Ambrose now. Who joined a motorcycle gang?
I don't know what they're gonna do with him at this point. I don't really.
Maybe they'll just reverse the roles and he can be Roman Reigns' buddy.
The thing I've been hearing is like, have they announced what he's doing at Battleground yet?
Ambrose? No, I don't think so.
The thing I've been hearing is Ambrose versus Kane, and that's something I don't care to see.
Just not have anybody versus Kane ever again? Ever? Ever? For the rest of time. Ever. Ever? Ever. No more Kane, please.
But what about Seth Rollins and Kane in a tag team match against Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns? What about Team 3D, newly reformed with Dean Ambrose in it?
Okay.
Versus J&J Security.
Okay.
And Seth Rollins.
Okay.
And that's the match. Just kidding. Also Kane.
Sure. Does Kane get put through a table?
Yes.
Akatsuki says, what if Bray Wyatt became the new face of Kane?
He just also puts a mask on. Why not? You just be the Undertaker and Kane at the same time. That's the real fusion dance. Yeah, I don't know what. I really hope he doesn't fight Kane next. That'd be a real bummer.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens next.
Speculation is Dean versus Kane.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I don't.
Yeah. So that was Money in the Bank 2015. You guys depressed me about it. Thanks a lot.
It wasn't. I mean, like again, as we said as I said at the top, I don't think it was a total disaster by any means.
Sure.
It just there's a lot of people in WWE right now. A lot of their performers suffering from a lack of momentum, and that makes events like this where, you know, the matches aren't even necessarily bad. It just doesn't feel like anything really exciting happened, just because the stories aren't going anywhere, if there even are stories.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what they could do with Dean Ambrose. Something cool. They should make. They should just do like a Mick Foley thing, and he has like a. He can come out as another character.
Ambrose, Kevin Owens feud.
Sure, I'm okay with that.
You know what? That coming out of John Cena, like, I would be.
Yeah. Actually, I'd be down with that too.
Dean Ambrose suddenly decides
he wants the U.S. title.
Years after losing the U.S. title, he's like, you know I never did anything with that title, but actually I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just have him, like, I like the idea. Just have him I don't know.
Remember
Give him
when
Mick
for
Foley.
like a
Have him
month-
come up with more characters. He could be Dude
Remember when
Love.
for like a month, Dean Ambrose was like, I got to get me that Intercontinental title. It means a lot to me. It's really important. I got to have my name up on that wall.
Yeah.
And
then
then,
he stopped
and
caring.
then he just totally forgot about that.
He got busy, right? Stuff happens. You know?
Hey.
It's all right. John Moxley's going to come back and save us all. Well, yeah, one day. Oh, God, I really hope not, actually. He did terrible things to himself as John Moxley. There was bad things happened
Andy
to that
clears as
poor guy.
Ambrose versus Owens until Sammy is fully recovered. Then Owens and Zayn get to show the world why they're the best. Yeah, I mean, I think that
Sure.
makes sense, especially assuming that Zayn is not ready yet, which I would assume.
And at that point, Ambrose can just go and challenge Brock for the title. In a no-holds-barred, no disqualification Chicago street fight match.
Let's talk about this Beast in the East.
The
match.
Beast in the East, the live special from Tokyo.
Real early in the morning on Saturday. Is that right?
6:30 a.m. Eastern, because it's live in Japan.
Yeah.
So I have actually considered watching it at 4:30 in the morning, but I can't decide. But like, it's like the idea of like getting like some coffee and Krispy Kreme donuts sounds really good, and then I would watch it.
Cineris X says Sammy is never going to recover enough. Cineris X is like the most cynical person in the chat,
I
and
know.
also the most wrong.
All right, you're the special guest next week. I want to hear what else you got to say about some of this stuff. Let's see. So let's kind of. I don't think this list is right. I have a card. I think one of these matches is wrong, but let's just start.
Neville
and keep
versus
going.
Chris Jericho?
Yep, let's start there. That is going to be awesome. I'm down with that. I like Chris Jericho a lot.
That is awesome. It's also something where, you know, obviously I think it's Neville's probably going to get put over here pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it strikes me as something where, and I say this, you know, not knowing anything specifically, but it strikes me as something where I would imagine for Neville, this is kind of like a dream match. This is something like, I want to get this. I want to do this.
Chris Jericho is a legend, like him or not. I think he is good at putting people over. He does cool stuff also himself, like a giant dive off of a cage. That was awesome.
That was so good.
That was so good.
That was the best part of Jericho's last run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that match. I think that will be really entertaining.
Absolutely. Do we want to have a prediction here, or do you want to save it till the end?
Yeah, let's save it till the end.
Okay. And so we should say there's kind of no storyline for any of these matches, just cool shit. Shit.
That's kind of, it's a weird thing. Like, it's a special that they're putting on, but it's not really heavily tied to much of anything.
It's basically just a house show that's going to be streamed on the network.
The Finn Kevin is like the.
Let's just pop into that then.
Is the storyline.
Yeah. Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. So has that been? I don't watch NXT other than their pay-per-views. So have they been building that?
That's been building. I mean, like the past 3 weeks, they've done a 3-parter of like, who is Finn Balor? Where is he from? Why should you love him? I mean, they're
because he's super cool.
They did like a special. Like WWE Network has I think they call it WWE Origins special on Finn Balor that you can go watch right now.
All right, I might go watch that. So that will be a super good match.
Yeah, I fucking love Finn Balor.
And it's actually for a title too, right? That they're doing that for the NXT
that's the
title.
NXT title.
Okay.
I might fucking love Finn Balor partially because I just want to make out with him a lot.
He's a very nice looking gentleman.
He's fucking gorgeous.
He looks good in a suit. I'll say that for sure. He's gonna make a great authority stooge. He's gonna make a fantastic stooge.
Also, the exciting thing about a big Finn Balor match is you're probably gonna have a really ridiculous entrance for him.
Sick costume.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait.
He's gonna have a fucking like demon wings and a weird mask and.
I like the eyeball thing on his back now. That's really cool.
I like that they've already established him in NXT as this is a dude who gets crazy big entrances.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be good.
I just think that's good and important. We need those dudes.
Yeah, but not crazy big entrances all the time. Also, which is also important. Don't wear it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which WWE loves to do. They love to wear shit the fuck out. Please don't wear out.
Yeah. Sometimes he just wears his handkerchief with mean teeth on it.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is too. His little hanky.
Andy Clare in the chat points out that like his finishers is kind of weak, and yeah, the coup de grace is not that. I mean, it's fine, but it feels more like a mid match kind of thing than like a definitive
true
like
finisher.
This thing will fucking wreck your life. Could be worse. It could be the zigzag. But
speaking of which, John Cena and Dolph Ziggler going against King Barrett and Andrew's favorite wrestler Kane.
Yeah, what the fuck is that match? I mean, I guess it
I
is
don't know.
like
Again,
fuck it.
Whatever.
Fuck it.
It's like the key of like, look, there is no story to any of this. So it's a weird match.
Well, actually, John Cena and Dolph Ziggler are pretty good buddies. I don't know if you remember earlier this year, but they were on a team. What?
I fucking remember.
Yeah,
Because that was that was the goddamn peak of Ziggler for the last 3 years.
And as proven by Zack Ryder, only good things happen to friends of Cena. So let's go, Dolph. Woo!
God damn it.
Also, so this says New Day versus Kid and Cesaro. I don't think that's actually going to happen, right?
Yeah, I suspect that won't be happening.
I don't know what they're going to do instead there, but probably New Day versus somebody? Maybe? Versus
Maybe you'll just be primetime players?
Harper and...
Isn't Kofi's the one fighting Brock, right?
Kofi, yeah, so I assume it's just going to be Xavier Woods and Big E. As like it would be like a strength contest thing with Cesaro and I don't know. Maybe they'll just put the Big Show in instead of Tyson Kidd. It'll be great.
Against the Cesaro is wrestling one of the Matadors now, I think.
Oh.
Cesaro versus Diego.
Oh, because I have listed here Lucha Dragons versus Los Matadores.
Oh, it's Lucha Dragons versus New Day, Cesaro versus Diego.
All right.
That's less exciting to me.
I don't know that I have ever seen one of the Matadors do a singles match, so I have no idea what to expect from that.
They did before they were Matadors, but yeah.
I was not watching back then, so I don't know.
Before they were real life Matadors.
New Day versus Lucha Dragons should be really good.
Yeah, it should be good. I like the Lucha Dragons a lot.
Yeah, I like both those teams a lot, so I'm down.
Also, Nikki Bella versus Paige.
Again.
For the title.
Why not?
Again. Because fuck it,
I wonder if there will be some twin magic.
Maybe. And in the main event, it is this says for WWE Divas title. So yes.
Okay, well, Paige will win.
Yeah.
Or not Paige, Nikki will win.
Nikki will win probably, yeah. And then the main event happens. Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston. Holy shit, this better be a cool match. I'm super excited for it. I mean, obviously, I love Brock.
I feel like
in a
it's
real
just
special
gonna be
way.
a total squash.
I really hope it's not. I hope cool stuff
I'm really
happens.
interested what they do with this one because you look at it and on its face, you're like, well, obviously that's a squash.
I don't think so.
That said, by house show rules, I don't think it's going to be. And also with the idea of like that being the main event, like they're going to want to put on a real match.
I don't know if it's actually the main event, but it's my personal main event.
Well, okay, there you go.
But the thing is called the Beast in the East, so I assume it being named after Brock, he'll probably be in the main event.
Well, and yeah, like the big deal is it's his first time back in the ring since since WrestleMania, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in an actual match.
In a match. Yeah. But I think cool things could happen.
I feel like that's going to be the second highest match. I feel like the Finn Balor Kevin Owens match is going to be the biggest one because I mean, Finn was pretty big in Japan before he came to NXT.
Yeah.
But
I mean, so was Brock.
I'm saying, like, I don't think they're going to want to, like, as much as that reads like total squash, like, oh, Brock's just going to kill him, I don't think they're going to want to treat it that way.
I hope they don't. I hope cool stuff happens there. Like, I feel... When I first saw that match, my first thought was, like, that this could be really cool. Like, I just like high flyer guy against giant, massive, strong guy as a matchup. I think that's always fun.
And I don't know that WWE would see it this way, but it's an opportunity to really continue pushing Kofi and really making him look like someone who
would make him look
strong,
good.
works
Yes.
hard, and who you know, maybe one day he could actually do some cool shit outside of the tag division as well.
Yeah. Andy Clare pointed out Brock is a former champ in Japan, which is, I remember right, he had to give it up because he was still under contract to WWE at the time. I don't know. But people like him in Japan. He's a big deal also. So that's it. Really, I guess, well, let's run down. Let's do some predictions real quick. Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor.
Finn.
I hope Finn. That'd be cool. Free up.
I think Finn's gonna take it. My gut is that Itami is gonna be involved somehow, whether that's like a
that'd be cool
post match or something, but to kind of complete the circle and get
just imagine how that place would get hype.
Yeah, it'll be huge, and just start an Itami Balor feud, so that NXT has something going on as Owens completes his move up to WWE.
But they're best friends.
They still okay. So
the title can break up any friendship.
I'm behind on NXT, but they haven't revealed. Did they reveal who attacked
him in the parking lot?
No,
the
most they've done is like Owens was like, if I'm gonna get blamed for beating the shit out of you, I might as well just beat the shit out of you for real. And then Finn came out and they fought. Okay. But I don't think they've said definitively who.
My gut is still that, like, and I think this is the most interesting route, is that they make it that Balor attacked him and it's Balor's healed.
That probably makes the most sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Andy Clare says Finn is totally the guy who injured Hideo. I think that's probably what it is. I think it just, and I think it makes for a really fucking interesting story and a really interesting feud. And if this were WWE proper, I'd be like, well, probably not. But since it's NXT, that makes me think that they'll actually go in that direction.
and they don't suck at writing, so it'll probably happen.
They write actual things that happen, so that's.
Brock Lesnar versus Kofi. Obviously, I think Brock's gonna win.
Yeah,
I think
Brock.
But I hope it's a good match. Please make a good match. If I'm gonna be getting up at 4:30 in the morning for this stupid thing.
Yeah.
Chris Jarrett. Great. Chris Jericho versus Neville. Neville, right?
I think Neville's going over here for sure.
Probably. But I could see.
Someone believe in Lionheart over here?
I could see it ending with a Lionheart.
I just think with Jericho not even on the real regular roster right now, I don't think there's a chance.
Or with the Lion Tamer. That's his submission, right?
He was Lionheart when he was in Mexico. That's
the only way I could see this is if he wins and they like tie it into Tough Enough where he's like, listen, man, I just fucking beat Neville. You little shits better listen to me. I'm Y2J.
That would be great. That would be okay too. I'd be alright with that.
Get your shit together, ZZ. I'm gonna fucking.
Are you watching that?
Jericho, you. I watched the first episode and it was garbage.
I did not watch the first episode. I'm glad I didn't now.
It's bad. It's bad. Maybe it'll get better later on when they actually start doing, like, they learn to, like, take bumps and actually do wrestling shit. But the first episode was just bad. It was just awful.
All right. John Cena and Dolph versus Kane and King Barrett. Like, Barrett's on a team, so it has to lose, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, Kane also is like, Kane is somebody at this point who loses 99% of his matches.
It's going to be cool to see Dolph win something. That'll be fun.
Well, because of his friend.
Once in a while.
Sometimes.
So you just got to have the right friends. You know what I mean? Nikki Bella versus Paige. Nikki Bella, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Naomi. Naomi's in that too.
Is she? Oh, okay.
Oh, is it a triple threat?
The card I'm reading says Naomi, Paige, and Nikki.
All right.
That makes it a little bit more interesting of a match, but I do think there's no doubt that Nikki wins.
I guess it'd be more interesting if this wasn't the exact same last. Was it? No, wasn't this pay-per-view? Was two
one before that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But yeah, Nikki will win that.
Okay. New Day versus Lucha Dragons. I want the Lucha Dragons to win. That'd be awesome.
New Day.
Whoa. The first one we actually disagree on.
I could see it going either way, but with Kofi almost definitely losing to Brock, I'm gonna say New Day. Give them a win. I like Lucha a lot, but they're not in the title run right now, and New Day still is, and they could use that win under their belts.
Okay.
Power of positivity, I believe in it.
All right. If we don't clap, we snap.
Positive mental attitude.
Yes. I don't know why they didn't say why power positivity instead of PMA. Like, that phrase exists for a reason. Whatever. Cesaro versus Diego.
Cesaro.
Yeah. Like, some cool shit is gonna...
uppercut the shit out of that guy.
Someone is gonna get spun.
Can I just say, coming off that Cesaro-Cena match, though, that was so fucking good, I really hope they do something with Cesaro.
Yes, please.
Yeah, well,
who knows how long Tyson's gonna be gone? Like, please, just do something
it
cool.
sounds like he might be out for quite a while, and I think that was supposed to be. I think that was supposed to be the, sort of the debut of like, okay, he's back doing singles again. I just hope they do something with him.
Move Samoa Joe up, and then he could get revenge on Samoa Joe for beating up Tyson.
Man, I love
Samoa Joe is awesome. He's great. Just watch his excellent work in TNA with the Beatdown Clan.
I wouldn't mind Cesaro as Intercontinental Champion. I feel like that'd be a good belt for him.
Dylan, I noticed, speaking of TNA,
yes,
they had a big event this last weekend, and we're not. How come we're not talking about that? How come we're not covering that?
Did they? Was it already time for Slammiversary? Oh no, they did that the Global Force thing, right?
Oh shit, they're like paying people again?
No, it's not that special.
Oh, okay.
No, they. What did they do?
No, they had a TNA like pay-per-view thing.
Yeah, well, they do 4 of those a year. They used to do 5.
It
was Slammiversary. Ha! See, I knew.
I know. I assumed you would have been interested in this.
I need to watch Slammiversary now. I didn't realize it was time already. I've been consumed with Evo stuff. I've barely been able to watch Raw.
This is, me hearing from very cynical people, so take that for what you will. I have not watched it myself.
According to Andy Clare, spoilers, EC3 is champ. That means it's probably pretty good. EC3 is fantastic.
I've heard that it was a disaster.
Great.
Is that the thing that Jeff Jarrett won? Didn't Jeff Jarrett win a thing?
Wow, spoilers. Wow.
Jeff Jarrett won the King of the Mountain?
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Which they recycled an old TNA belt, give to the winner of that, and then Jeff Jarrett won it and basically said he's taking it over to Global Force Wrestling, which is the new thing starting.
Ah, he pulled a CM Punk.
I can't wait till Scott Steiner shows up in Global Force. That's all I'm waiting for.
Global Force Wrestling is supposed to actually be doing shows.
They do shows.
This month.
They have done a show.
No.
Wait, I thought they did that thing at the baseball stadium. I like the minor league stadium.
They're supposed to start filming this month.
Huh. Alright. I guess I'll watch Slammiversary. I'll give a report next time.
And they don't have, they even announced that many people signed, even.
No, there's really not that many. All I really know is Scott Steiner's in it. Really, who else do you need?
It's all Scott Steiner all the time. All Scott Steiner and...
See, that's why I need muscles, so I can,
It's the 2 best WCW stars of the late 90s.
JEFFJARRETT. Yeah. Country music star extra himself. Ah! It's gonna be good. I'll just watch Scott Steiner versus Jeff Jarrett matches all day.
It's gonna be a disaster. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to watch that shit. But anyway, we'll see. They don't even have a fucking TV deal right now. I don't know. Whatever.
We'll see. So I'm gonna get into letters, but before I do we have other wrestling to talk about? Did anyone watch anything else?
I don't know.
Japan.
Andrew, did you want to mention that that Lucha Underground thing that you were freaking out about?
Oh, I mean,
that was the homework.
I watched my first ever Lucha Underground match. That was the homework, and
the Grave Consequences match, we should say.
Yeah, that was a fucking thing, man. That was a fucking thing.
That was great.
I did, but it was kind of shocking because, I mean, the extent of wrestling that I've watched is basically 98 through 2003, and then I didn't hop back on until like a year ago. So like, I'm not used to seeing wrestling with blood in it anymore.
Yeah, they're not scared there.
And there was a lot of blood there, and I don't know how much of it was real and how much of it was like,
I'm pretty sure
a blood pack
it was mostly not real.
But man, that was the thing. That was intense.
It's a good match. One of my favorites.
It reminded me of like the old, like, just insane, like over the top, like hardcore matches that the WWE used to have.
And just how about just like the general Lucha Underground aesthetic is so good, like the dimly lit warehouse, kind of thing.
Like, it looks like just dudes are fighting in like a real shady warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, and like announcers that care.
One thing that I really appreciate with Lucha Underground that I will definitely always give them props for is they have a visual style and an approach to the way that they're telling their stories that is totally unique, that nobody else that I've seen in the world of wrestling does, and I really dig that.
And the announcers like take their fiction so fucking serious. Like everything is deathly serious.
Oh yeah.
In a way which is like campy but also kind of refreshing, and that they seem to have like respect like for like the characters and performance and like everything that's like going into it. I don't know, I'll probably watch more.
Yeah,
I don't know how much more because I don't have that channel. That's like the only way to watch it.
If you go to like
to get or whatever.
Yeah, if you go to like El Rey channel on YouTube, there's a bunch of full matches on there. Not a ton, but there's a bunch. They're worth watching for sure.
Yeah. So it piqued my interest.
Yes, good. Lucha Underground's really cool, and it's in seasons, so you'll soon be able to watch like an entire season in a row if you'd like. You know.
I think.
Yeah, I hope it gets picked up for a second season.
I'm pretty sure it will.
Oh, is it like in limbo right now?
Because
the first season is either just ended or is just ending very soon.
It's done filming, but it's not done airing yet.
Yeah.
And then Mark Burnett, the producer, the Survivor guy, is doing other stuff. So I don't know when he's going to get back to whatever he needs to do to make that happen.
I think the best wrestling thing I watched this week though was the latest episode of Monster Factory on Polygon.
Yeah.
Where Griffin made a horrific The Rock clone. That Christopher.
Yes.
Everyone should watch that if you haven't.
Christopher the Pebble. Christopher. You go to youtube.com/polygon and it should be one of the top videos. I'll post it in the chat right now. But
is that the homework assignment?
It is worth watching, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I'll check it out.
Like hating rad wrestling characters.
Oh, WWE 2K14, man. The last great wrestling game of our time.
Well, this actually leads us right into questions, surprisingly. So I think you want to get into questions, since
sure.
We have a question from Mark, which is, since wrestling, aka WWE and TNA, sucks now, you should talk about what the perfect wrestling game. I assume you mean...
hey, I think we've talked about wrestling as more than WWE and TNA.
Yes, I do like you included TNA. Thank you very much.
I think that alone is probably going a little far.
It counts as wrestling. So what would the perfect wrestling game be? I mean, I guess this person asked this on Twitter also, and I responded with the only correct answer, which is the best wrestling game came out 11 years ago, and it was called Def Jam Fight for New York. That is the best wrestling game of all time.
Yeah! Fuck yeah, Dylan! Can I come over and play
Fuck yeah!
Jam with you?
You know what I found out recently? That game is not backwards compatible on 360. How crazy is that? So you have to get the PS2 version, which is not as good. But don't worry. We'll make it happen. Such a good game.
Yeah, I want to fucking play Method Man.
Yes! So
and those were the same people that did the like the WWE No Mercy, WCW, NWO
Aki,
Revenge
yeah.
games and things, which were like the last, like in my opinion, the last really good, like real life wrestling games.
I like wrestling games for the most part. So this is a hard question for me because I don't think wrestling games are very good in general, other than Def Jam Fight for New York and the one, I think it's just called WWF WrestleMania, and it was like Mortal Kombat style where they like digitized the wrestlers and then they would fight and do like fatalities and there was combos and stuff. So it's basically just a fighting game. And WWE All Stars was really good. Was that what it was called?
What's that?
Like the really over the top one.
Yeah, where you like do a stunner like up to the ceiling and come back down. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that wrestling game that WWE just put out? That's the
Immortals?
The Mortal Kombat dudes.
Immortals?
Immortals.
That's a pretty good wrestling game.
There you go.
I would really like a console version of Immortals. Like a full, like after, since Injustice 2 is probably already happening, like a full version, like MK10 style graphics and all that fun stuff with Andrew is not convinced. I could tell by your face. You don't think that's a good idea. But I think it'd be awesome. Just a fighting game with goofy wrestler guys. Like, doesn't Randy Orton like have a snake for a hand, for an arm or something in that in Immortals? And The Rock is actually made of rock. And Brock Lesnar is just Brock Lesnar. Like, that's the other good part. It's like everyone has a theme. Like Daniel Bryan's like a goat, John Cena is Superman, and like Brock Lesnar is just Brock Lesnar. It's awesome.
Excuse me, Daniel Bryan is a lumberjack.
Oh yeah, he's also a lumberjack.
Yeah.
There are multiple versions, I guess.
Yeah.
The real answer is that I think the biggest mistake they've made with the 2K games is getting away from the customization and storyline building stuff.
There's no storyline thing at all in the new one, right?
I don't think so. I mean, like, if they could even approach what they do in the NBA 2K games, which is definitely like still not great in terms of like a single player storyline, but it's better than what I've seen.
It's pretty
in
cool.
2K15.
It's
fine. It's not great for a sports game where like you're playing multiple seasons, because kind of once you've done that first season,
you're done.
You're kind of done seeing like the funny storyline bits and the cutscenes. And then the other problem too is that like some of their tech with it is just janky. Like I was like playing the second season on my character that I played on stream, and I was just getting like all the cutscenes I got as a rookie because I switched teams, and it was like this dude has just like won an NBA championship and won like finals MVP, but is like getting hazed by dudes or being told like you're not good enough to be on the team, rook, and it's like
not quite right there.
No, you're not. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you just weren't good enough to be on the team. Did you think about that?
Phil, listen, I shot 60% from 3.
Wow, that's really impressive, actually. You deserve to be on the team.
Don't question buckets.
Call me when you do 80%.
I think he just called you a B+ player.
Maybe.
But there's definitely potential storyline-wise. Start in NXT, move up, have a tag team run, have a U.S. title run, have an Intercontinental title run, and then, of course, as every good WWE story should end, beat John Cena for the title, and then in the next match, he beats you, and then you go back down to NXT and start over again.
Yeah.
It's going to be perfect.
When he beats you, and then you just wallow in Intercontinental title hell.
Yeah, and then you have a gimmick where you're a different character every Raw, and then you come back. And then you come back as the Miz's assistant. So Tony asked a question. He sent in 2 emails. Good job, Tony. Paige has 2 of the best finishers in the entire WWE. So how lame was it when she did a rampage off the second turnbuckle and Nikki Bella just rolls out of the ring after taking it? Why are finishers being weakened?
I mean, all finishers are bad now. Like, none of them are protected. It's the thing I hate most about, like, modern WWE is nobody's finishers are cool anymore.
Counterpoint.
Yeah, and it's specifically, I think the biggest issue is specifically that they make it like they've decided that those need to be done in every match.
Yeah, 3 times every match.
Counterpoint, though, the pop-up powerbomb. That's a pretty strong finisher, especially when done on the corner of a ring.
But Cena ate two of them,
I think.
Yeah.
But it's Cena. I mean, there's a little leeway there. It's hard to say.
And with other matches, like when KO hits you with the pop-up powerbomb, it's over.
Yeah.
It is over.
I think finishers are super strong outside of matches. And like, it's hard to say, but like with Brock's recent thing on Raw, like maybe like some finishers are starting, they're like just not busting them out all the time, or they're making it like if Brock had gotten an F5 off on one of those dudes, it would have been over, but they did everything they could to stop it from happening. So like maybe they're starting to kind of wise up a little. Maybe. But
Andy points out the bullhammer might still be rejected, but he never does it, or he
that's
just
true.
misses every
That's true.
time.
That thing does killer work. And so does Dirty Deeds does really well also. It just never happens. You know, I think...
the pedigree, now that Rollins is doing it...
That's true.
Has anybody kicked out of the pedigree yet?
He's only done it twice, I think, and no.
Yeah.
He even took down Brock. He's done it 3 times because he took out Brock with it outside of a match. Yeah, the Red Arrow. They're figuring it out a little bit. Also, what do we think about Rollins having the pedigree? Is that like weird? That's kind of weird, right? I like it. I think it's also weird thoh, but it's perfect as him being the protege guy.
Yeah, I like that. I like that element of it, and then the you know, again, for as much as you want to play stock in rumors, but the rumor going around is that it's also supposed to be like subtle setup for at some point in the future a Triple H versus Rollins match, and I like that idea.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Rollins is gonna fucking pedigree Triple H, and then they're gonna reform the Shield.
I love that idea. I think that would be.
I think Triple H's ego is a little bit too big.
That setup is great.
I think Triple H's ego is a little bit too big for that to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm actually into that idea.
And he has another question here. Since winning the U.S. title, what's...
Jones Com Ice Cream says, check out my new concept for a finisher. I call it gun.
That's the strongest finisher, really. Since winning the U.S. title, John Cena has gotten a lot better in the ring. True. I'm really digging his new expanded moveset. However, it's pissing me off that none of these new moves are actually getting him victories when they're all a bajillion times better than that shitty AA crap, which usually gets kicked out of about 4 times before it actually works. So here's my questions. Also, Springboard Stunner, like, just won. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say Springboard Stunner, like they've turned that into his real finisher.
Yeah,
like that it's all his wins now, which is actually kind of shitty because that looks shittier than everything else that he does.
Which of Cena's new tricks is your favorite or least favorite? I think we all agree the Springboard Stunner is probably the least favorite, right? But could be good. It's got the like it's my favorite and my least favorite at the same time.
It's definitely got potential, but he cannot consistently pull it off.
Yeah, when he first did it, I was like, holy fuck, what? Like, we're bringing stunners back? Okay, yeah.
Alright. Second question. Do you think Cena and other wrestlers need to change their finishers every so often just to create some uncertainty for the crowd?
Yeah.
Well, so we just talked about that with Rollins, right? And yeah, I absolutely think, I mean, I think there's 2 answers to that, which is one, yes, I think that's good, and it can be handled really well, and it can be a really cool thing. So, like, when Rollins did the pedigree, it was a huge deal.
Oh, yeah.
But 2, I don't think you should do it too often also.
Sure.
It's got to be
Mix it up.
Where, yeah, like maybe once every couple of years, somebody jumps into a new finisher suddenly. Or
when something works out. Like Brock was just F5 central only, and then the suplex kind of became a thing. So now he does a lot of suplexes. So like if something like that works, keep going with it. Which I feel is kind of like...
You know what? You're right. Yeah, like there is an element of wrestling that I think needs to be organic like that, where, hey, this is working really well. This person does it really well, and the crowd pops. Let's maybe build off of that.
Yeah.
And there's just some stuff like the Undertaker and the Tombstone is never going to change, or Kane and the Chokeslam, or Big Show and do they still call it the WMD, or is it called the Knockout Punch again? Probably
Knockout
not
Punch.
called the WMD anymore.
It's the Knockout Punch again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. But if something works, go with it. Like, I feel like that's what the Springboard Stunner is people like that, and then he's like, well, I'll just keep doing that. I don't know. All right, final question of the night. Gilbert, our best emailer, writes in, with exactly 1/2 a year left for 2015, what match would you choose for your favorite of the year so far? I know, this is a tough one to drop on you.
It is tough.
I have my answer ready, because I saw these emails before.
Go ahead with yours.
My favorite match of the year is one that has previously been a homework assignment. Ethan Carter III versus Rockstar Spud.
Still in.
What? Did you watch it? That's an amazing match. That is seriously a fantastic match. That hair versus hair match is real good. It's got things I like lots of cool moves. It's got blood, which I'm a fan of. It's got trash talk. It's got what seems like the good guy's going to win, and then he doesn't, and then there's all kinds of twists and turns and that weird. There's only one really lame TNA run-in, which is required in every TNA match, unfortunately. There has to be some kind of stupid run-in, but it didn't actually really affect the match that much. It was good. It was a good match, good ending, good to see someone get their head shaved. What? You need to watch this match for real.
I probably do. I think I honestly, thus far, would go with the first Kevin Owens and John Cena match.
That's a good one.
And man, if you asked me at the start of the year if I would have placed a John Cena match in my match of the year rotation at all,
that Apple Dome, man.
How about it?
Also, a strong runner-up would be the Roman Reigns versus Lesnar at WrestleMania with Rollins later on. That
was good,
especially because I was there live. I think that really
helps a lot.
It was a really good match throughout, and then the surprise at the end just really sealed it as something that for me was very memorable, especially being there live as my first wrestling event.
Yeah, same. That was really cool.
Let's see. I don't think this is my favorite, but was the Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, Lesnar? Was that triple? No, wait, no. That was Rollins, Reigns, and Lesnar.
Rollins, Cena, and Lesnar was this year.
That's what it was. Yeah. That was a pretty good match.
Another John Cena match.
Yeah. I think I would probably agree with Phil, the Owens Cena, but my very close second would be, and I'm someone who only watches WWE and NXT, so take that. Would probably be the Becky Lynch Sasha Banks match.
That's really good match too, actually.
That was a fucking awesome match.
That was really good.
So fucking good.
Yeah, that's a really, really strong choice. That's probably in my top 3 certainly as well.
That's up there for sure. Hey, you guys making me look like real assholes over here. Come on. You guys need to watch this match. For real. You guys need to watch this TNA match. I'm dead serious.
I'll watch it at some point. But what if I watch it and I come back and I'm like, wasn't that good?
Let's make our own personal assignments all TNA related. I'm going to watch Slammiversary, and I'll come back next time and talk about how whatever it was. And you can watch that match.
So I don't have to watch TNA. All right. I'm in.
And you watch that match, and you tell me what you think of it.
Yeah, sure.
Link me that match. I'll watch it. Why not?
Yeah, why not? I'll put it somewhere.
Somewhere.
Oh, wait, it's on Suplexfriends.com. If you go to the first episode of Suplex Friends, in that entry there, it's listed under homework assignments. So just go to Suplexfriends.com.
Man, nobody does their homework on this show.
Well, nope. I believe it's
Just
because
like college.
I got Phil to watch Judgment Day 2005, and I believe his response after that was, "There's no way you're also getting me to watch fucking TNA."
That's true. That's actually what I said.
Something like that.
So Battleground is happening July 19th. Is that right?
Yes, because it's the last day of Evo, so I'm gonna have to. I will not be watching it live. I'll be watching it after Evo ends, most likely.
Okay. When are you going to Evo? When are you leaving?
16th. So I'm leaving that
Okay,
Thursday, so we'll have to do it.
So Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of that week, 13th, 14th, or 15th. I guess that's when we'll do our next next thing.
Yep.
Dylan, who's gonna win Evo?
In what game?
Street Fighter. Yes.
I really want Daigo to win.
Nah, man, he got punked as CEO.
I know, that's why I want him to win. The comeback story! The champ should be here for possibly the last...
to win because he's like Street Fighter dad. He's like a dad who plays Street Fighter.
But this could be the last Street Fighter 4, and I would really like it if Daigo won that.
Exactly.
That'd be really cool. I don't know, but that's almost certainly not going to happen. So instead, I'll just say John Choi is going to win, because why not?
You know what? I think you're gonna win, Dylan.
It's true. I am entered in Tekken. I could win it. I'm also entered in Mortal Kombat, but like at the... It's Tekken 7. The game's not even out yet, but I'm still going to win. It's magic. I'm also entered in Mortal Kombat, but like the time that my pool is, I'm pretty sure I'll already be really drunk at that point and won't want to go play video games. But we'll see.
Or you'll be drunken master and you'll win.
God, that'd be awesome. I'm fighting a pro player in my first match, so that should be fun.
That's good.
I'm fighting Dominion.
Yeah, actually, I think that's who I had. I have a couple friends that play fighting games, and they went to some like event on Cleveland, and my best friend was like, got called. I was like, come to the main stage to be on stream, and he was like, yeah. And I think he had to fight Dominion, and he was like,
oh, yeah. That's funny. All right. Well, this was a fun episode, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, I'm gonna kiss Phil's avatar.
Oh. Akatuki in the chat says Daimini is going to crush you. Holy shit. Thanks for that vote of confidence. We're not playing in Street Fighter. We're playing in Mortal Kombat. I'm going to do just fine. I'm going to win, and I'm going to tell everyone I beat Dominion at fighting games and not say which one.
I believe in you. You can do it.
We'll see. If
Periscope that shit.
That's right. All right. Andrew, thank you for coming on.
Hey, yeah.
Being our special guest.
Our
first guest host.
So
This is a momentous occasion in Suplex Friends history. You're the first guest host. And as a reward, please tell everyone where to find you on the internet.
Hey, you can find me here at twitch.tv/streamfriends. You can find me on Twitter at Swanter3000. You can also listen to the Actual Play podcast that I'm on along with several other folks from our channel called Friends of the Table. You can find that at friendsofthetable.net or on iTunes, Friends of the Table. We just finished our first season. We're launching the second season where we're playing fucking basically Gundam tabletop RPG. Space.
Ooh.
Space.
Nice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Phil, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sorry you're not going to Evo this year.
Yeah, I'm not as well, but I'm attending Comic-Con,
Oh,
which is the week before Evo.
that'd be fun.
And I also was just traveling on vacation,
Oh,
and
that's
then E3
cool.
before that, so I was just like,
A little break might be
can
nice.
this year. Yeah, maybe next year.
Cool. So where can people find you on the internet, buddy?
I am at twitter.com/pkohler, and I write things and make videos at polygon.com. If you go there today, you can find... I updated my Splatoon review.
Whoa.
Took away the provisional tag. And just updated on what's been going on with that game.
Why so low?
I did a new Hearthstone video. We're doing weekly Hearthstone videos now of the new Tavern Brawl content.
Cool. So that's like a whole new mode?
Yeah, it's a new mode, and they switch it up every week. There's some new like challenge. So like this week, for example, you just get a deck that's full of web spinners, which is a card that when it dies gives you a random beast card. So it's
That sounds like
it's very
fun.
like random, weird, fun stuff.
Okay.
How stoned are you all in that video?
We're 100%, sorry, 420% stoned.
There we
Perfect.
go.
There it is.
Perfect. And people can find me on the internet at Dylan Hecht, DYLANHECHT. You can find the Stream Friends archives on the internet at streamfriends.tv. If you are watching on the archives, you can find us live at twitch.tv/streamfriends. We have stuff pretty much every single day. Let me pull up the calendar real quick, and I'll tell you what's going on tomorrow.
We had some cool stuff happening. Not tomorrow, but this weekend.
This weekend, we got 5 hours of free-to-play games from our own
Hell yeah.
Nick Scratch.
Is this the third year running that he's done this? That Nick has done this? Second or third?
It's at
year?
least the sec. It's at least the second. It may be more than that.
It might be
Oh,
third.
yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah, Nick does this free to play ain't free, as he calls it, on July 4th, where he sits down and runs through a bunch of free to play games, just checks them out. It's a fun. It's
Yeah.
always a fun time.
That should be fun. I am going to try and be there for that because I don't have
Yeah,
anything else
I'm
going
gonna
on this
try and
weekend.
pop in for some of that as well.
I'll be there.
So, oh, and you can also, I should pimp this. You could find Suplex Friends on the internet at suplexfriends.com. You have audio versions there and video versions there. And soon, TM, we will have awesome...
Virtual reality versions!
That's right. Also,
HoloLens edition.
we're going to have some sweet art coming up. We
Oh,
have
cool.
someone that is making us some real cool podcast art that I'm really excited for.
Nice.
It's going to
That's
be
awesome.
super cool. I'm super excited to show everyone. So, let's see. Oh, and then wrestling is also on Saturday at 6:30 in the morning Eastern. So if you want to watch it live, go right ahead. I might, but probably not. But yeah, just watch it archived. It'll be fun. And we'll be back... What did you say? The 13th, 14th, 15th? Maybe? One of those days?
One of those days.
But until then, I'll see you later, Internet. Be good to each other.